Bonani bafundi ba grade 12. Namhlanje ke sizobheka i-vertical projectile motion. La kwi-vertical projectile motion so sikhuluma nge-motion ye-object e-vertical. Le object ngenzeka ukuthi i-projectwe vertically upward. If sithi i-projectwe vertically upward okusho ukuthi it is given i-initial velocity. Ingaba futhi projected vertically downward kusho ukuthi inikiwe i-velocity, initial velocity. Kanti futhi ingaba dropped. Uma i-dropped okusho ukuthi initial velocity ayikho, but wonke lama motion alama object anjani a-vertical. Leyo object ke lo motion ye-object siyibiza nge-free fall. Leyo motion ye-object siyibiza nge-free fall. I-free fall kusho ukuthi yini? Emotion under the influence of gravity only. Under the influence of gravity only. Then le object ekule motion sibiza nge-projectile. Le object ekule motion sibiza nge-projectile. Yikho sithi projectile is an object whose motion is influenced by gravity only. Athi sibone ukuthi singayirepresenta kanjani mhlawumbe kwi-illustrator nje ngeyithombo ukuze uzobona ke mfundi wami. We have a building la. Nanti ibhola is on the top of a building. Uyaliprojecta wena upward. Lizomova kanje leli bhola lize libuye lize kuphi? Kwi-ground. Let's say ulinike i-initial velocity yakho about 10 meters per second. Okusho ukuthi le bhola is moving upward at 10 meters per second from this point. Futhi kule point sithi point A, i-velocity yebhola ibubani? Be 10 meters per second. Let us have point B here, point C, and point D kwi-ground. I-ground le bafundi. La uma sikhuluma nge-velocity bafundi kubalekile kakhulu ukuthi nje sithi recap eyintweni ozenzile ka grade 11 ama-vector. Uma sikhuluma nge-velocity, i-velocity iyi-vector bafundi. Uma ngabe iyi-vector i-velocity okusho ukuthi we determine i-direction ye-velocity using ama-signs. Lawa ama-signs lawa kuba u-positive nobani no-negative. So in this motion ngizocela sithathe u-upward as positive, sithathe u-down as negative. So as is-interpreta le motion elokufaka ikhanda lakho lokho ukuthi u-upward uzoba positive, u-downward abe negative. Okay ke bafundi. La le motion yale object ngoba isuka la ngo-10 meters per second. Lapha ku-B, le point silibiza nge-maximum height. I-maximum height. Lapha kwi-maximum height mfundi ngicela wazi ukuthi i-velocity isuke iu-0. Kungani i-velocity ibe u-0 ku-maximum height? It is because laphana i-turning point. I-object lapha iqala ibe stationary lawo millisecond kuyila ishona phansi ngoba isuke i-turna ishintsha i-direction. I-velocity ku-maximum u-0 meters per second. Kusho ukuthini ke lokho mfundi? Initially i-velocity ku-10, but lapha ku-A ku-10, lapha ku-B isiu-0. Okusho ukuthi as i-object move upward, i-velocity iya-decrease. Ake siyenze kanje. Okusho ukuthi uma ngabe kade ku-10 meters per second la, ngizocela ukudweba i-number line la erepresenta le velocity. Above, just above this point, okusho ukuthi i-velocity ibisiu-9. Yaba u-7. Yalokhu yehla yagcina isiubani lapha kwi-maximum height yaba u-0. Because as ibhola imove upward, i-velocity iya-decrease. As isi-move downward, uyabona futhi ukuthi sibuya la, yenze njani iya-increase. But isi-increase ke manje mfundi in an opposite direction. Why sithi in an opposite direction? Because sikhuluma ngama-vector. Sithe u-upward unjani? U-positive. U-downward unjani? U-negative. Okusho ukuthi uma ukuthi at this point isaya upward ibihamba ngo-7 meters per second. At this point again isiya downward izobe sihamba ngo-negative 7 meters per second, ihamba ngobani la ngo-negative 9, ihamba ngobani la ngo-negative 10, ibu-10 isaya upward. Ngoba isiyabuya isiya downward isiwu-negative 10, ibu-negative 11, negative 12, negative 14, negative 15, mhlawumbe ifike kwi-ground ngobani ngo-negative 15. I-velocity ye-object mayisa upward ya decrease, mayisa downward ya increase, but in an opposite direction. Lo negative ke mfundi siwufakela ukukhombisa ukuthi manje siya kuphi, siya downward. That is why sifake bani u-negative. Kunjalo ke mfundi. Bese enye into kumele uyiqaphele ke la ngale motion ke mfundo ka grade 12. I-gravitational acceleration. Gravitational acceleration esirepresenta ngoletter G elingana nobani no 9.8 meters per second squared downward. Always acceleration due to gravity yakuphi downward. Lalela ke mfundo ka grade 12. Okushuthi la kule point i-object ngoba imove upward, kune acceleration due to gravity actor kone ubani 9.8 kuphi downward. Noma ngabe silapha ku point B kodwa ikhona acceleration due to gravity yakuphi downward ubani 9.8. Okushuthi throughout the motion acceleration due to gravity 9.8 downward. Ayishintshi i-direction ye-acceleration due to gravity, izolokhu 9.8. Okushuthi la kwi-maximum height njengoba i-velocity u-0 meters per second, but i-acceleration due to gravity ubani 9.8 meters per second squared downward. In each and every point i-acceleration due to gravity ayishintshi ubani 9.8 meters per second squared downward. Ayishintshi bafundi bami. Ake sibheke ke, ngiyacabanga ukuthi nichazelekile ke ukuthi i-velocity ishintsha kanjani. Ake sibheke ke manje kwi-object that is thrown vertically or dropped vertically downward. Ake sibheke ke bafundi, nansi ke object yethu manje sesiyayidropha. Laphana besi-throw vertically upward, manje sesiyayidropha. Dropped vertically downward. Okushuthi initial velocity izoba u-0 meters per second because siyayidropha, asiyinikanga initial velocity. Shuthi le object izomova kanje. Ukuthi siyayidropha noma siyenzani, but throughout the motion i-acceleration due to gravity actor khona ubani 9.8 meters per second squared downward. Ayishintshi, always downward. Ngabe object yaphezulu yona downward, object yaphansi yona downward. Ayishintshi, ilokhu downward. Ake sibukeke ngevelocity ukuthi yenze njani. Kule case as the object move upward, i-velocity will decrease. As came back downward, it be say increase, but in an opposite direction. In this case, say drop the object. Okushuthi la sinobani sino 0 meters per second. Lana sibe noba. Let us take again the direction. Asitu up simthatha as positive, or down simthatha as negative. Okushuthi la as the object move downward, sinaba no -1, sibe no -2. -3 iziyofika kwi-ground ngo-4 meters per second squared. I-velocity ya increase downward. Ukube u-down bese uthathe as positive, u-up sawuthatha as negative. Okushuthi la bese positive 1, positive 2, positive 3, positive 4 meters per second. Bese ukuthi acceleration due to gravity bizobobani 9.8 meters per second squared. O positive, why be positive? Because we actor downward, and downward is unjani positive. Ukubu downward besimthathe as negative. Upward wa positive. Should la kubuyela go negative. Okushuthi nalona bezobobani negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Injalo ke bafundi ke acceleration ne velocity.